welcome home. Una come join when I'm ranties back up. Now the program for the mind, now the program for the people, now the program with the way conscience. The host I'm ranty, social justice activist, political analyst, political educator, and the man with a stimulate nationalism and political awareness. Now we salon, now yeah we talk complain. We know they cover fire upon grass. We dey fight against corruption, tribalism, nepotism, and every form of injustice. We welcome, oh, welcome, oh. Una come join when I'm ranties back up. Now the program for the mind, now the program for the people, now the program with the way conscience. The host I'm ranty, social justice activist, political analyst, political educator, and the man with a stimulate nationalism and political awareness. Now we salon, now yeah we talk complain. We know they cover fire upon grass. We dey fight against corruption, tribalism, nepotism, and every form of injustice. We welcome, oh, welcome, oh. Una come join when I'm ranties back up. Now the program for the mind, now the program for the people, now the program with the way conscience. The host I'm ranty, social justice activist, political analyst, political educator, and the man with a stimulate nationalism and political awareness. Now we salon, now yeah we talk complain. We know they cover fire upon grass. We dey fight against corruption, tribalism, nepotism, and every form of injustice.
This na the buffer, and we all know within the buffer mean. The buffer na the place where the ordinary man, they can't sit down, keep comping, play draft, drink your tire, play ludo, keep comping, talk about the things them with the money them. The buffer are the place where the poor man they meet, the miskina, the disabled, the less able, the people them with the struggle, the people them when are the underdog, the people them where they na the corner, now then we interested in. Now that's make we believe say anybody within a ground, we go give him hand for make it him up. Because one person in a ground, now one too many. One pound we die, now one too many. One pound we sick, now one too many. We don't sick and tired of being sick and tired. For they see the kind of wickedness when they unleash by the salon people. Why didn't they do that? Now let's make we deny. For say, you touch one, you touch we all. Today, we can't talk about we sister, we pikin, we niece, we auntie, a young 20-year-old. We not even develop properly mentally. Because science don't make it clear to we say, mortal man, it is fully developed mentally, 25 to 30. She's under that bracket. So she's still developing. And she's a mother. Lactating mother. Then we all Emmanuel. We come now, we talk about that. Because it was wrong. Well, they say what is sweet goats now they run belly. They don't stay some, they don't become addicted now. Now then they do and fitty fatter. But we want for remind we salon people them. And for remind them, And that make we want to do some pleasantries. We not go forget that. For telling us, "Nyabun this year, 1 year we see famule mina kabo plenty kushetena. Fema minu seke nungo sikori nuto. The limbaman can say Monday. Women dema limbaman greet say Monday. Na a question. Pancreas. Monday. Are they really there? If una there, una can congregate. Now we can't talk about Edwina. We sister. We then seem for the take a rights we enshrine our constitution. Exactly in chapter 3. What in it tell we? Fundamental human rights and freedom of the individual. Protection of rights to life. Protection from arbitrary arrest and detention. Protection of freedom of movement. Protection from slavery and forced labor. Protection from inhumane treatment. Protection from deprivation of property. Protection for privacy of the home and other property. These are fundamental rights. The right to life, the right to privacy, the freedom to move, freedom of expression. These are rights where we not go allow anybody from take from we, because when you take them, we don't become lesser humans. Because Naya, it enshrine now we constitution, fundamental human rights, protecting life, liberty, property, expression, conscience, and non-discrimination based on tribe, origin, gender, religion, mirroring universal declaration of human rights. We as people, we get a signatory on this particular property when now the skeleton bone where they inside the United Nations. And when a member, we get a signature to that. It didn't we constitution, but it look like for say chapter 3, it don't disappear. It don't exist anymore. To an extent, politicians, they don't take all the institutions, they don't put them in their back pocket. A country supposed to be a system, just like the human body. You get organs them where you work in harmony with one another. The eye, the brain, the mouth, the teeth, the finger them, the hand them, the foot them, the neck, the skeletal system, the waist, when are the excretory organ, the reproductive organ, they all they collaborate. Then they work together for good. Then they work together for able get the system for function. If one of them they at ease with the other one, you're not able to function properly. And at this we get political class where they do their role. So they don't create an imbalance. The body is not in equilibrium. The country not in equilibrium. It's not balance anymore. So we get Naya, Sir Albert, when a journalist, now my brother, now a friend, now man will love the country, Sierra Leone, and now one of the people we ready forgive tears, blood and sweat for Sierra Leone. Now journalist, we based in Germany. And likewise, the chair person and the preparator, when as Prince Coma, himself they put much on this talk here. Well, we all know say na a very, very knowledgeable person with a very broad horizon, himself deeper activism in a very big way. In fact, he ready for fight for what is right. Here land and see. I go welcome and pan this talk here. And Dr. Babi, where now woman of substance, it gets muscle like man, it is fit for what is right. Now, woman with values, with principles, with ethical soberness, instead of the join way, because he don't dedicate his whole life for be the mama, na ina we own Mother Teresa, with the fight for women them and their rights, instead of good denier. So family, in all welcome. I go put them to me brother them. When I hear where I talk about chapter 3 of the constitution, when they infringe. In fact, not to infringe, they don't eliminate and come out. They don't lift and come out of the constitution. It not seem for exist anymore. We see our aunt, they hold them, they say they're not sabi udale complain, where they hold them. You see where we can they talk that, and Sir Albert Buchanan the last time he emphasized on that. Let we wake up and smell the coffee. Their habits they are you tolerate and one time too many. Sir Albert talk am. Well now, the same thing when they do to our aunt, they don't can do until we order Lily sister. This is a young lactating mother. Separate him and the pikin. That's a serious violation of human rights. That pikin, they get right to life. The baby, it gets right for enjoy in mama breast, especially when mama not do nothing. But just because the woman exercise a fundamental human right to express himself any conscience, they don't gather around. Now, Salo, you not forget conscience, so and you not for talk about anything. You for look, you pull your eye. When you talk, they say now you right. But when you talk so, they're ready for condemn you to detention. So talk all you want, but when you talk, your freedom is never guaranteed. So my brother them, any of una can start the ball rolling. Well, Sir Albert, you get for run this now. So make I give you the first cut. You know, but not say you can't cut and very deep this now because you know man will not they play. Do ya? Their infringements there, how you see them, how you see them, they affect with democracy, or if you're not on Puelam already, do you talk to we?
Yeah, good evening, Brother Imran, and good evening to our fellow guests, friends, and Madam Fatima. I believe it's inside on journey, and of course, good evening to all listeners. This is a sad reality where they continue to unfold in our country, where if I be concerned, I'll be very, very concerning to each and every Sierra Leonean. Edwina, not just a young female student, where we'll get a senior judge in the country. We don't derail in life. It derail in life. With a gross professional misconduct. But that action itself, it's a misconduct. You, as a judge, somebody we're supposed to interpret the laws of a country. Not just that, a lecturer at the same institution where they enroll this with Sister Edwina.
And we're supposed to be a noble institution.
Yes. Going that low, you pregnate this, young lady. And you play the innocent card. A judge. Play the innocent card, even denying responsibility. You derail this young lady in life, creating a whole social media conversation for this young lady. People use the story as a content. That itself is traumatizing for this young lady. There was so much mockery, shaming, name callings on this very young lady. And the same judge will commit such a misconduct. Nobody not even mention him because he's been protected. But they have a cabal. That is their cabal. And this young lady needed help. Asked for help. Nobody was here to stand with her. Not even government institutions were supposed to protect women that were in this kind of situation. Not even civil society organizations were supposed to also stand up for issues like this. She was on it alone. Eventually, we end up for waiting a DNA result, or but a DNA result. We prove, say, this judge will be the deny say no to him get this better. Indeed, I mean the right person, we're responsible, and the biological father for the Peking where Edwina gets. What we still see after that, we not see government stand with this girl Peking or this young lady. We not believe say he received any psychological counseling because she was traumatized. Mind you, this not be a student. This not a student. We still get contact with female colleagues and other students there. Even people beyond that very institution there. With all the social media wrangling around this situation, all that trauma we go through, say go get belay, man deny, all that kind of at the end, they go say now this man, and at the end, whether not this man or one of the lecturers at the college, the senior judge, all that kind of thing. No counseling for this young lady. No support. Government not stand with her, no institution stand with her. She went on it alone. At the end, this same woman, they end up for waiting. They record a voice, they make a video for condemn the neglect where government neglect her, for condemn people that will occupy certain institutions that will be supposed to protect them, we're supposed to protect citizens, them, particularly women them within that kind of vulnerable situation they are. They condemn that. What do we end up see? We end up for CC, state institutions will be supposed to even protect this very young lady in this situation, will be supposed to speak for this young lady in this situation. We end up for CC and still weaponizing state institutions and therefore go after this young lady. It means even enlist a right as a citizen where government owe them, they still went ahead and abused that right.
Sir Albert, I will let you Ulayanda. You don't make very important points then. Neglect. State neglect. We get serious infringement of chapter 3, the entire chapter 3 of the Constitution. And nobody no one for take notice. In the Bafanaya, we all man know what's in a Bafa. Now the place where the ordinary man is, don't keep company. Talk about issues. Complain if they have to complain. Drink attire. Play Ludo, play draft. But now the Bafa, we believe on the underdog. We believe, say, God make we all equal. And in a constitutional democracy, the fundamental of most fundamental are the rights to life. A life with dignity. And with sister, Dr. Fatima Denaya, as I be introduced and just now, a woman of substance, a woman we don't turn to, we Mother Teresa, we're interested in those people that people are not interested in. People them where they don't relegate to the lowest. And we see how it affects against the perpetrator of violence, against the poor, the weak, the vulnerable. It don't take them on, treat by treat, block by block, junction by junction. It don't join we. Auntie Fatima, welcome.
Thank you. You did una dey hear me, eh?
We hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Do you hear what's in?
Yes, I don't hear the program catch me in traffic today, so I'm sorry we are not able to join by video. But I thank una, I thank una all, and I don't listen to una, I don't listen to Otu, una don't see. So on point, especially the constitutional violation. Edwina not commit crime. Edwina not thief from nobody. Edwina not go take a 15-year-old bobo. He go sexually molest him for 4 years take picking commot. No, not to Edwina do that. Edwina is not the criminal in this case. The
Mhm.
criminal in this
Mm.
case is at large. The criminal in this case, now the predator, when na Momoja Stevens, now in supposed for they behind bars. But waiting don't happen. Waiting don't happen today. They don't double victimize Edwina. Edwina, when are the victim, nine they don't turn around, they don't make them into the nine are the perpetrator today. Nine
Mm.
they prison.
Mm.
And as far as we concerned, it look like say Edwina they in solitary confinement, which now the kind of imprisonment where the most hardcore criminals them for they in. Somebody where don't kill somebody, now in for they in solitary confinement. 13 days today. Edwina Day in custody. We don't know in condition. We don't know if people then they visit them. We know hear from no lawyer for say they don't go visit them if they do okay. This is the most inhumane thing government go do to a citizen. And Sierra Leoneans, the way they look this say, not to them business, trust me, now you business, because it go can you do not one day. This rainway mother be yo in cabal, they make it a for dump we so, not to it not in order for done a one domot. It go can you do not. And at that time the people can want, make everybody join them, you know. Now that and like you say, we not a pick. You know, would that the person be as long as the person na a victimized person and the person they down, we are there for her, we are there for him. And you know, this what the way how they treat Edwina today, it they show the other girl picking them for say the abuse where you depend right now because God knows now how many other girl picking them where man that like Momoja Stevens they prey on at this point, you know. So then the message where they go to them girls then is that if you open your mouth, you speak about the you know the abuse where you don't go through. Now so you go end up like Edwina, and this is bad for our nation. And Salomon can say then respect the mama. If you call Salomon a mama, you know, are they America? For make American say to somebody MF, you know what I think so when I know what that means, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And now a very common thing, you know, just like how people then can say to somebody and you know, Nasalo fuck off. But if you say that to a
We did get a little bit of problem with communication, reception, but we sister committed. He could come back. But
okay.
yes,
All right, when I
thank you.
hear me again.
Yes, you're back.
Sorry,
You're
I did
back.
on the highway. So if Sierra Leoneans then respect we mama, where you see then they disrespect then they take the dignity of any woman. You for stand up for that woman day. But today it look like say Edwina in case don't turn to another APC SLPP or you there or you there under. I know can go into you know whether they talk about they when the way they support Edwina and so. I don't see young people then they pull video they demean Edwina Naina the culprit, he go keep people them man. Then people them man they in be not na Edwina been there where he go take him vow. You know,
Exactly.
that's why Edwina be
Exactly.
there where you go take a vow. Now, he no say if you don't take a vow to another woman for say, you know, now in a husband. So why make them the you know beat down on Edwina and waiting Edwina, waiting can bring her to this last video was a whole process of dehumanizing, harassment, cyberbullying. So if anybody for there behind bars for cyberbullying, now the people that were done the pull video, they chastise Edwina. Edwina has been through a lot mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
Ever
Yeah.
since when he come out, where he voice out for say, this man here done they do this to her.
Yeah.
You they see people then they come, they make all kinds of video. I not see they arrest anybody about cyber bullying for sale. Then they make videos specifically. They call out Edwina. Then they post in pictures. Then they post everything about in life. You know how in at this, in at that. Isn't that cyber bullying? So the minute where Edwina make video now, and Edwina be don't make video a lot about what in this man here do to Ram, and it been a self-advocate for say this man here, they not for put him back on the bench because he know what in this man don't pass with him. And she's right. That kind of man, they not fit for be a judge
And
because
not I not cut you what they say not to no more nothing way they do in pedantry. They do have to order
obviously.
picking them.
Yes. So now then they tell them picking and they say therefore be silent. So obviously this now a judge where if a rape case come before him, he go now that's make with he go bash him. Now that's make with they see with they get all this problem here. So the rape cases the way they fight. We now they see no road for them rape cases then they we get a rape case now boy wait on there for 3 years gang rape 16-year-old 3 young man then gang rape 16-year-old. It's unbelievable for say in a country where get law, where they say in a democratic country, that kind of case go for 3.5 years with the now 4 years with the chase so now. That case still not conclude. You know? And the rapists and they at large, the rapists and they out, then bail them out. Then at the community, the victim they see them all the time. So what thing they happen at this country? What thing they happen at Sierra Leone? When are the victims and they become now then they incarcerate, but the perpetrators them, the criminals then they are streets. You know, so Edwina for make Edwina come out and make this last video there against where he talk against Mother Bio in government and he specifically talk against First Lady. Me believe say na that one they land Edwina in jail because he don't talk against Mother Bio and in wife. And where then they say they're not they name the person where reports Edwina or the complainant. We know why. Now Fatima Bio in case this. So they want for teach Edwina a lesson. They want after they don't release Edwina for be silent forever. And anybody else where this they happen to, you for be silent. But you know, the one thing where they don't know is the fact say they cannot silence us. We will continue to speak for the downtrodden. We will continue to speak for the one that way then they take advantage of. We will continue to speak for the victims and for the silence girls and Australia, silence women in Australia where they go through the kind of havoc where Mother Bio in governments they put on them.
Wow. My sister, you know they ever let down. You touch on very important constitutional points. And one will resonate with me so well. Now something where you just drop at the table for let we all deal with. You talk say the young lady there in a solitary confinement. And we all know say even when you arrest somebody, they get rights. In this case, something peculiar they go on. We don't happen before. As it says now Ecclesiastes, nothing is new under the sun. Say I not see it, but not say no happen yet. In this case, what thing they happen now? It happened to our aunt. As soon as they hold our aunt, they not get complainant. They hold somebody for a case where the person will complain not get face. I don't want to see that happen any side. You see, there are precedences happening in we society, in we country, where now very bad precedences, bad legacies, where they make we look so primitive, so low across the world. Then they look at us. They say, then we are normal. So, first time ever in the history of the world where somebody go lay complain and not Sabia. Police not see the person, but the person lay complain. Now Rojo, go na police. Rojo, they not see him. He lay complain. Now they say they defend that person. We can lay the complain, and it's still illegal. Where the person not exist, that means they not for arrest him in the first place. So now, the wrongful arrest. Then on top of that wrongful arrest, then put on a solitary confinement. Solitary confinement, that's psychological torture. Now then they try for break them, like how they break our aunt. Until he submits, then he can public, he can apologize. That puts maximum fear upon the other young girl where they don't rape, where they don't finger, where they don't groom, they don't abuse, for make them not come forward. Because they say this speaking here is bad for market. Edwina, bad for market. I am so proud of her that I will call her my daughter. because she's a lioness. And she's standing not just for her. She's speaking for all the vulnerable women and within our society. It talk for all the weak. This is not somebody where we for embrace. Not somebody where we for hail. Not somebody where for put at the pedestal. But Sierra Leone, we don't know that. Rather, people they come out, they bash them, as my sister say. Then they come out, they call her names. Then they come out, they say this and that. But the reality is, Edwina not be take any vow to nobody, say go faithful to anybody. Now Jack Stevens, now he go before God a man. He say he take that woman day for better and for worse, till death do them part. He talk about fidelity, how he go be faithful to his wife. Then I come out back, he go put his zip down. When they catch him, before he take responsibility. And now this is not the problem with Sierra Leone. Nobody know they take responsibility. Everybody not victim. And what me know from the small humanities where I study, and not say a civilized society, they show one pedigree. We're not peculiar in Sierra Leone, not in Sierra Leone. Not so the way where they treat the powerful, they make you know say society civilized. Not so the way where they treat the rich. Not so the way where they treat those that are influential, the clergy, the bourgeois. Not so how they treat them. Now how they treat the weak, the minorities, the weak, the vulnerable. Now in the show how decent a society is. And the women, abusing them is a no-go area. They are delicate. They make Mother Teresa, where in name now don't give me sister. He say, you educate a man or a boy, you don't educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you don't educate a whole community. Well, now, a woman then they chastise so, then they misuse so. And psychologically, the wound. So now a whole community of women them were supposed for spring out of this speaking a valor, a courage for come forward, for make them all die now the community. So no get woman them we could team up and fight. And women them, that principle what we get that we African society, women are supposed to be seen and not heard. We picking and not they take a more. And we say self we don't want we young girl picking and not take a for girl picking them. So the one that wake up that mentality, they say the girl child should be seen and not heard. You have to think again. And now, I don't know if the CEO there, for let's say robots as Prince Coma, I don't know if you there for let you say robots and this talk here because you are interested in it. I know. Because salon problem now we all business.
Yeah, I will join you later, Imran. I just do something on the background and they catch a bit of technical issues.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
All right.
So,
yeah, but after waiting, you say, Imran,
yes, ma'am.
the psychological, aspect of this.
Yes.
Predators them like Mama Jazz Stevens, what thing I can do to woman them. It meets, we all see video of Edwina. Sorry, the time way they school.
Our sister will come back again. We're really sorry. It's so determined. You see, the woman, even though it a drive, even though it come out walk a tire, when it comes on salon business, he not they take her for granted. She is ready, a soldier on salon issues, and had more the respect when we forget people like that.
Thank you. So we see Edwina. When you watch that video there of Edwina, where they in a uniform, I think it in the secondary school.
Yes.
You go see the potential in this young girl. You go see the potential in this young girl. Eloquent, determined, and it always say it be done in a survivor of rape, in a rape survivor, right?
Wow.
But that one they no, phase them. That one they no stop them for make it he continue in determination for be a lawyer tomorrow. Because he want for be a lawyer tomorrow, a woman where he go able for fight them kind cases then they. So men like Justice Momoja Stevens, when they meet that kind of woman, then they break them down to sides. That psychologically, so even they use money for show and say, I go do this for you as long as you obey what I tell you for do. So now when it come to the pregnancy, I understand. I be don't read somewhere else say. I believe say Edwina be don't explain somewhere else say. This now in second pregnancy, in first pregnancy, it been aborted. God knows now how old she was when that happened. Now he only go able for tell we. But this now the second pregnancy, this man be ask her again for make it abort this pregnancy also. But she refused. Now that refusal day, now that one they cost them the relationship between them two. Because picking na evidence, right? Picking don't come na
I like
evidence.
that. I like that.
So, but it be this man here still been they feel safe. He go still get away with this by just denying. Oh, this not just girl where they sleep around. If they can't lie for me, I no ever touch them. But he forget say stupidity make he forget say there is something called DNA. And by God in grace, the judge we been there on that very case day, he not take any, he not allow himself to be influenced by Momoja Stevens.
Yeah,
So
see my colleague.
yeah, so he ordered this DNA. And this DNA I can't show this evidence here now. See, this man is a predator. Because we not for look and say no more, this man I ain't give Edwina Bele. No. He began for sleep with Edwina at the age of Edwina there at the age of 16 when he was, way past 50.
Yeah, he's about 58, 59.
Yeah, he was way
Three
past
times.
50.
Yeah, three
They
times
sleep with
older.
16-year-old. Now, any civilized country, any democratic country, any country in a law-abiding country, a judge of that caliber, then can prove say the father of we will say Edwina Bonda Pikin when she was 19. The father of this Pikin has somebody where don't accuse and say he begin sleep with her at the age of 16. That person they not for there on the bench. But they can't suspend them, after they feel say we don't forget, and you get a whole lot of other people the way they can for come advocate for the man. I not ever see, besides we are not they see anybody else where they advocate for Edwina. But it been get they say CSO, this then useless organizations the way they get in Sierra Leone, where then they no more for the collect donor funds. They know they do waiting for the the people the way then they say then they service.
And
So
then
they
call them evil society.
evil,
Evil society.
service, yeah. The Evil Service Society then can write, press release, blah blah blah, and woman they were common in region, probably in a Pujan area, wherever he's from, then can pose themselves say then a women's group. You are not a women's group. If una na women's group, una go know the issues where they affect women. There, una need to go advocate for a man where they abuse girl picking them, where they prey on girl picking them.
Totally.
When they don't return her now to the bench, Edwina knowing the monster that this man is, that one they really put Edwina over the edge.
Yeah.
Now that make Edwina come out with this video here say, these governments don't fail. This government don't fail in every area, and she's right. Would I go then Sierra Leone today, or would I Sierra Leonean we give a hoot about Sierra Leone? We don't know say Mother Bio in government is a failed government. They don't fail everybody.
Full of
they
maggots.
Don't fail everybody. Look that young girl where go get the traffic and go Nigeria. He go to the embassy, Sierra Leone embassy. Who said then they pump money, then they no more na drug dealing no more than they pay. Sierra Leone embassies, they're all around the world, wherever they are just there for drug dealings. Now we know, based on what we see in Guinea. The Peking go they say, do ya? I want to just send me back. I made a mistake. I allow myself to be trafficked. The same West African country, where them before even put on a motoka. you know, make it go from country to country the same way. They say they not get money for send the Peking back to Sierra Leone from Nigeria. Can you imagine? Fatima Bio, they fly on private jet every week. In husband, they fly on private jet every week. But Sierra Leone embassy not get money for send girl picking where it get stuck in Nigeria for send them back na Sierra Leone. So, but would
Shameful.
they see say they know they take care of girl picking inside the country? So how
Shameful.
can you expect them to take care of girls outside the country?
Shameful. Shameful.
Yeah. Thank you, my brothers. They can't charge now, so I
Okay.
listen to una. Thank you very much.
Okay, darling. Okay. So blessing for joining me. You are always welcome. Naya, and I know say you interested in anything Sierra Leone. God bless you. You know, Sir Albert, I know say you say get for run this now, and you listen to what your sister say. What you go say? What you go add? What you go pull? You know, talk to me, please.
Thanks again, Imran. In as much as I don't really exceed the time, but I get for take the hits for that, no problem. Yeah, I totally agree with the sister just talk about. You know, the only crime where Edwina commits now, not because she spoke truth to power. Because it speak truth to power. That's the only crime where it commits. Because this is not somebody where don't go through neglect for a long time. As I say, with all the abuses where this young girl don't go through, you know, ever receive any counseling, no psychological counseling, no support, no legal support, no
Instead
legal
they put on solitary confinement.
no support at all. With all that situation we go through, at the end, the only thing we favor are a DNA result. We reduce small pressure. Even after that, where is the hands of our girls? With the stand up, with the claims and the stand up of girl in our country.
Where they eat money based on those services.
Where they use the name and the image of a country, they come abroad, they advocate, they solicit fund for supporting projects here. Who say it there? You know, you read the call of Edwina. You know, you read the call of Edwina. They're able to investigate as to for how long based on what's in the lady talk. Say she was 18. And that in itself is not just a misconduct, it's a crime. This is like a crime where this very senior judge, William Stevens, commits. Forget an affair with a complete underage. And this, they have a cabal. Almost every higher institutions, especially tertiary institutions, they get a cabal and they have lecturers like that. Even within the judiciary, they get judges that went into this system where they take advantage against young people, especially young girl picking. And this is something, Imran, and of course with Sister Fatima and many others. These are things we need for we need for advocates for. We need for really ask we young sisters them, we picking them, we girl picking them, let them come out and speak up. Imran, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of young Sierra Leonean picking them where don't go through and still they go through within Edwina they go through so, or within Edwina don't go through.
And some of them don't force them for go do abortion and don't go die there.
Yeah.
Plenty.
And the intimidation with it behind it and they prevent them from coming up. But we need for the getting conversation there. We encourage them for come out. And then take the steps of Edwina for come out and speak up.
Well, I know cut you word. Now that's make them they treat Edwina so. For then they put maximum fear upon the other one day. Wait for be they consider say Edwina has braved it. They don't come forward. For make them so scared that then go keep them out short.
Yeah, you know, waiting we they continue for see all the witness that happen in our country, Imran. It is an alarm. This not so, isolated incidents. It only happened. Just like you mentioned, in your speech, our hunts will see the arrest them live on television. And the only crime where our hunts commits now because they make a video record where it posts, it criticize with government failures, it criticize the extreme corruption of the country, and it named the head of state and a wife when Amada Bio and Fatima Bio. She called them out. Because of that, she was arrested live on television, dumped in prison, and then keep them for as long as they wanted. And now we see this same thing that happened with Edwina, because she spoke truth to power. Because they don't wait for support. Nobody, no government institutions, no government leaders, even the head and CEO of Hands Off Our Girls, when Fatima Bio, not even bother for give this woman or this young girl any support. No counseling, no nothing. So if this woman, when Edwina, decide to take it upon herself for record a video message, for draw attention about the situation where they go through, the psychological torture where they go through, they suffer where they suffer silently. They try to draw the attention of the public. Now we'll see, and because he particularly named Fatima Bio and even Mother Bio himself, now we will see. Police arrest. Why they arrest them? One, because they just say this girl don't they really raise a voice against a judge when one of their weapon. Because they get judges them when a Mother Bio weapon. When did they think about this Stevens? You think about the Andrea Fisher, and a whole group of them. These are purely weaponized Mother Bio and SLPP judges. They're only they execute within the office of the presidency instructs them to do. We see that. They demonstrated that. You don't have to be, a lawyer. You don't have to be an investigator for students here what they talk about. Right? Amen. Now, this woman in a prison. We don't know that are the complainants. We don't know that are the complainants for our hunts, and we don't know who are the complainants for Edwina.
Well, see that the country now, we get Rocho complainant.
In any situation, amen, there is no way with a police, they arrest an individual, especially when arrest don't take place. When arrest don't take place, there is no way he go hide the identity of the complainant.
Never heard of that before in my whole life.
Because once arrest don't take place, transparency will take place and due process will follow. But if you, as an institution, the police in this case, they continue to use their secrecy, then kind of secrecy, intimidation, all them tactics there, either continue for deepening that public trust we're already done, they grow every day in the country. And this is not good for our governance. We need to respect the Constitution. The institutions that we're supposed to protect, with citizens, them, what's in they happen? They have been banned, and they use them for ban with Constitution just for able to shield people when they're in the leadership position. And this is a shame. And we all get the responsibility. Let we continue for the reason things are here. More importantly, let's call them out. Let we call them by names. And let we encourage with small one them, with God picking them, with small sisters them. Let them come out and speak up. They are suffering. They are suffering in silence. Intimidation behind the curtain with me, they see. That if you speak up, this is going to be the prize. But we have to encourage them to come up, speak up, and we all need for stand up with them, advocate for them, make sure say they get the support, they get the counseling where they need, and get the legal support as well where they need. Because these guys, they have a cabal, an established cabal, politically connected. So we're not going to let this thing go, in this way. We have to do something.
Hey, brother, you don't raise some points that we make a really need for say certain things to we Salone people them. Because really and truly, we don't have a government, we not get opposition, because the opposition and the government, they are equally as useless as the other. And Sierra Leone, we not get politician them, now political lagba that we get, political macro them, political facing cloth them, political abusers them, political hustlers. You see, when you look at all the things and what they do, I cannot believe say Sierra Leoneans and we sit down with they look them, then they get away with anything there. Then people are simple lagba them. They get this fungal infection and they have viruses. They just put bad sick pan people them. Because, look at all the things there where they happen. And they don't even, the virus don't contaminate all the institutions. Institutions, they're all, the brother, they come big. Yeah. The institutions, they all don't get the virus. They don't sick. Look at the primary role of the police now for uphold law, protect life, property, and prevent and detect crime, and maintain public order, acting as first responder, investigating incidents, arresting offenders, controlling traffic, and building community trust to ensure safety and high quality of life for citizens. And the duties, core duties, now law enforcement and crime preventing. Therefore, prevent crime. Let crime not even happen. Emergency responses, acting first responder to emergencies, from violence and to accidents and managing chaotic situation. Then, one side, a public safety and order, controlling crowd, managing traffic, providing reassurance and supporting victims. You get them PO Wokenaya when a court testimony, providing evidence and testimony in court to support criminal cases. When then a part of the criminal them, how they go support criminal cases then? When they are the criminal, these guys are maggots. Let people just hear some of them in there. Very useful. Key skills and actions, problem solving, using critical thinking and de-escalating skills in stressful situation, reporting, documenting all incidents. Now, criminally, they go give the documents for reports on somebody. These people are transactional. You give them troppers. Then he sells somebody else, he bad rights to another. Yeah. Then people are waiting for vets. Now people are of a high moral standard, get the moral compass. Now people are wait for they for be sober minded. But you take all kind of useless people there, we not get character, not even get a proper background, not even get that basic sober moral standard for able see right and wrong and able to distinguish them. It's sad. It is really sad. And this way prompts me for talk this. Now, what do you bring up? Let me always like you on this platform. Let me always like you on this platform. Because you therefore open the Pendala people and see how the Pendala don't septic.
Yeah.
So I see the chair, the CEO come just now. I don't know if it are available for let it join me on this talk here. Because this is so important. How can we let people...
Albert been get a contribution for make, but you stop him because you've been there in full flow. So maybe Albert won't come in again and say, because the type of pause you for say something.
Okay.
It might just be key.
Okay. Sir Albert, where are you, sir? Everyone is telling Jesus not say it gets away for open the wound for let us see all the necrotic tissues them.
Yeah, anyway, we don't, I think say it in the background.
Yeah. Are they actually? This man, when I call him Stevens, If this man had been somebody when I am member of the other side, this time when they talk is supposed to be behind bars.
Honest. True.
Simply because he's one of them, simply because this is not a weaponized judge, so there is no way he's going to be incarcerated. Not at all. And this now with biggest problems we'll get. This is not ethical governance. This way government is not ethical, Imran.
A political like
when they talk about governance or ethical governance, my brother, we therefore respect the rule of law. We therefore respect the Constitution. And the Constitution itself, we therefore make sure that we apply them to everybody equally. Without any political favorism or so. But this is not the case. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Look at the state of our civic space today, Imran.
Gets smaller and smaller.
We they see citizens then, they're afraid. We Sierra Leonean brothers and sisters, they're afraid for talk because waiting. And they're afraid for many, find themselves in the same situation of Edwina, the same situation of our aunt, the same situation of Emmanuel. This is the issue. How will they get a state institution like the police without effect an arrest, detain a citizen, and still they refuse for disclose whether or not the complainant? Is that accountability, Imran?
Well, then the worst state of affairs. Because there is something called community policing.
Is that a respect for the Constitution or with democracy?
No.
No, it is not.
No.
It is not.
They help the public
so for me,
forget confidence in the police and our country.
A sister like Edwina, in this case, believe me, first of all, this woman is supposed to receive a serious psychological support, counseling. Yes.
And for me, it starts for me to release them immediately and also apologize to them and the public. Because how can the public get confidence in what in the police they do? Because there is something called community policing, building relationships with the community through events and meetings to address local concerns and build trust. How we go build trust? Where all man know for say the police not there for support the poor, the weak, the vulnerable. The police just there for support them political macro there, them political lagba there, them political facing cloth there, them political abusers there, then disgusting rhinoceros pigs there, where don't turn maggots now society, then they eat upon the people in flesh. And people are sick and tired of being sick and tired with short people them. You know, they do anything when they make the people and say, Alhamdulillah. If it's not Subhana, lie, now hey, Lord have mercy. Who's want this again? And this has been going on and on and on.
My brother, the NTIO they talk about, every day we are getting closer to the danger. Every day we are getting closer, nearer to the danger. Because when they see the serious constitutional abuses there in our country, Imran, would they still say people their own constitutional, their own fundamental rights have been abused every day. Every day would they see that. Every single day would they see that kind of thing that they happen. The danger would they be in here will not be controlled tomorrow. Now would they see as me they talk now. And a part of the dangers and way it happen when they say governments they go so oppressive. You always see you citizens, what will they see they happen? Then go lost faith.
Of course.
And now, believe in me, 9 or 8 out of 10 Sierra Leonean the way ask and go tell you they lost faith in the justice system.
I don't know if you know of the Afrobarometer. reports they make.
They lost faith in with governance system.
Yeah,
these are some of the dangers.
Of course. And they don't respect and trust the police.
They see how they try for silence women there, try for silence even vulnerable groups and they see that every day. This is pure exploitation.
Well, democracy get for do with the sovereignty of a state, and the people them are sovereign. Now the people them for they are the center in a democracy. But in we own country, they don't push them at the fringes. Then are the politicians in at the center. That's not how it's supposed to be. The people in at the center. Then say, you know, the power, you know, come from the people. And the politicians them now from the people, and they derive them power. And now them people they give una the invested interest. And these people them now they employ una give them manifesto, say would they do this and that. Una show them what you want for do. The people then decide who they go do one for them. Then put you there. So you power where you get, you derive them from them people then yeah. So the people them now they serve. So the people should be at the center at all times, but not in Sierra Leone. Sovereignty not belongs to the people of Sierra Leone. And if you look at chapter 2 of the Constitution, that's exactly what it says. Power belongs to the people. And from them people there, governments they derive a authority.
Since I really get limited time, maybe I could just quickly get a closing, remarks on Imran. I'm really sorry for that, Imran. But
no, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay, my brother. You are always there for us. Even when you're busy, you still can't show face. I appreciate that.
The only thing where I go also want for continue to emphasize now, Imran, and to all the listeners, now the fact let we all as Sierra Leoneans, let we insist, let we team up, let we not sit there, let we insist and continue for call for ethical governance in the country. A governance will get respect for the dignity of basic human rights. Let we insist on this. Let we insist for continue for demand, say that we civic rights there, civic freedoms there should be respected by our leaders. And therefore also respect the Constitution, respect the rule of law. Let we not allow this kind of thing continue. A situation wherein government always there for the silence in citizens because it speak truth to power, especially against women. And some of them 2 instances that I would mention, these are women, our aunts, and Edwina. These are women, young girls, young women. We feel the pain where they happen, with the pain, the destruction where they go in our country, and they express their civic right. We'll see what it costs them. Let we not relent. Let we continue for call them out. Let we continue for advocate and criticize them, and of course advise them if they listen to advice. So, because we will continue to forget a country where the only thing they know now how to punish the one that they talk through, the one that they tell them the fact, the one that they speak truth to power. And then no more days will be punished. This not to a country at all. And when they can't try to continue, like complete betrayal. And they undermine we as citizens, then they undermine even the future of a country. So now we all continue for stand up, now we continue for the getting kind of conversation there and demand for justice. Now we come to it. Now we demand for transparency and accountability. And at NTR, we always talk about anytime we meet up, anytime we sit down. If then can't hear know they happen, we're not going to build a better salon at all. So on this note, I want to tell you plenty. Thank you, Brother Imran. and Prince for the time, and Imran, even tell me say not on videos. Oh my God. Yeah, sorry for that, because
that's all right. I thought you did other things, and
Yeah, I actually forgot. Actually, I did that, but I forgot what I got.
Okay.
So I really want to tell you plenty. Thank you for this. Let we continue for the getting engagements here and continue the demanding things here, because this is not for you and I, but not for the young one that will come up.
Yeah,
we will continue to remain silent because handcuffs have been held and prison doors have been opened, so we're afraid for enter there. If we say we will use that kind of fear there and deprive ourselves for continue for the speak up, continue for engage with brothers and sisters, then we self don't undermine the future of the country. So on that note, I go on for end the conversation here. I want to tell you thank you, Imran. I will be very much happy for engage with you next time again.
Thanks very much, my brother. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. This is really, really troubling. Oh, my sister don't come back. I be just don't say to myself, we get,
my brother.
we get. So what you will go do with them? Because they call them political crocodile, yeah, political lagba, political facing cloth them political abusers there. What you will go do with them people there?
Then you say you call them maggot. That's the right thing.
Maggots.
Then they no more for where we been going to water side where I've been small. Them they can say sucking blood. Not go that water. Let's sucking blood. Now that's all these politicians are. Then just they suck the life out of the country.
Political parasites. Yes.
Yeah, they see how then they go bill and buy Fatima Biowena just a wife, a housewife. Come on, housewife. Just because he married to president, don't go buy mansions in another country, So we country not poor. First of all, we country not poor. And the thing where we brother last say, brother Albert say, the future. We would they talk today, not for we self. Of course, another than the country, So yes, the people then where they get affected by what in the way they do, now people then where I care for, now people then where I love. So of course I am hurt. It they affects me that way, but I am, I get the choice and the option for me cannot even bother because I know people, there are no Sierra Leoneans, they will not bother. I know Sierra Leoneans where if you talk about Salon issues, they I know Harry. That country is full of problems.
The majority
of them. That country is full of problems. But we choose say we want a country in the future for we picking them and we grand picking them where go be country where they go be proud of. But if the people that where they today in Sierra Leone, they see something they happen, you say not to your business, well, as I don't say before, that rain day go for done and you do not one day. This matter be your government, not a government, because government they provide services to the people, and then they protect the people. Like I been go through all what in the police their responsibilities then be. Now that the government for do. But in this case, government no they provide. What's that social welfare they after where they don't DNA results don't can say. Justice Momo Stevens, Nangi Edwina Bele, we be hearing anything from social welfare, women's affairs, children's affairs. They know the function. They know the function.
For not involved in this case. Social worker to be involved. Social worker is supposed to know whose side the picking there. If the picking
all the time with the see Minister of Gender Affairs, Minister of Social Children's Affairs, then a UN platform, they talk labo, they lie. But inside the country, they know they do nothing for we picking them. They know they do nothing for the woman and the girl picking them. So where is social welfare? Would I get for hold them accountable? This is what Sierra Leoneans we get for come to. Now this point here we get for really try for hang head. How can we hold these maggots accountable? We need to find a way for hold them accountable. Accountability na the word that they no one hear. Now that make when you talk against government, then they arrest you. Because government no one accountability, you not for talk against them. Any civilized country where you say you're not civilized country, they're not for criticize government. You're not a civilized country.
You're not.
And you are not governing. You dare no more for punish you people them. No, they do nothing for them. What the matter be what they do for anybody in that country? They besides himself and in wife and in cabal. Nothing no day. There's nothing. So me myself go end there for say accountability, like how my brother say, is what we have to shoot for. Let we try for find ways how we go hold this government accountable, institution by institution. Right now, we need for focus on the Sierra Leone police. Let them release Edwina. Edwina not commit crime.
Immediately they release her.
He not commit no crime where it deserve for day na prison today. And it deserve for day with in Peking, deserve for day with in mama. So at this point, not to Edwina no more than they punish that baby will not do them nothing. When a double, triple victim, because this man here go born the Peking streets, there it is owner. That's the first victimization where you don't victimize that Peking. So now
they want kill the Peking. They want kill the baby.
Because they want get rid of the evidence. Yes. But by God in grace, God make that Peking Edwina Bonham alive. She will continue to stay alive and continue to be an evidence for say justice. Momo Jas Stevens na a predator, na child predator, na rapist, and a person where enough fit for them on the bench, enough fit for them on the judiciary. It's fit for them in prison at this point. Fit for them in jail. Now it's supposed for them in jail, not to Edwina. Thank you very much, my brother. And I appreciate the fact say, not to woman they no more. I mean, the fact say where woman they know they come in droves for comfort for Edwina. Now something where for concern we, but at the same time, where they see brothers that like you, when they speak up for them, they give me hope and it appease me for say, yes, there is hope in Sierra Leone. Because where you see something that happen to woman, where man then they team up, that means say we get there's hope down the road for say this society here, this country here, we go get them back, we go put them back on track, and we go get a country where we go be proud of tomorrow. Inshallah, by God in grace. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. We really appreciate you.
God bless Sierra Leone and God bless we all.
Thank you, my sister. We really appreciate your support, your help. And within all you talk now, so I hope say we Lily sister them, we mama them, we auntie them, they all they pay attention. Within they go on, it unprecedented. Within they go on, it unacceptable. We're not going to allow maggot them for take reign now we country. Anything we supposed to be good and they make like rotten, so then I go eat them. Because anything we smell, now they maggot then they don't make we country don't turn to dirty box. And it's not supposed to be like this. Now that's make when they call upon everybody who do not sit down, make things worse, pass how we don't work so. Sierra Leone is not meant to be a dustbin. When people them we get lagba, people them we get koko, and then go sit down a chair, they infest other people them. Maggot them and other people them they talk for say, scavenger them. Any side things smell una didi. Una don't make the country don't become, ungovernable. Una wait for govern. Now don't make it don't become ungovernable because any side way law and order, not the investor, they not the candidate, people are there at peace, the country not the function. My sister, thank you with the point them where you bring, and we go continue for home them, hammer them home. Uda wan yeri am, uda no wan yeri, then go yeri. Because Sierra Leone, not for the few, not for the chosen few, now for everybody. The poor, the weak, the miskina, the disabled, the less able, the politically deprived. We're not going to allow them for continue for suffer. When Munku then a power, then Munku they have for stop them. Then political Munku they don't cause so much disaster. So thank you, my sister. God bless you. And now we get to the CEO. I see he don't show face. For now, we can't talk, but then Margot there. where don't they ravage with people them political parasites they are, then political scavengers they are, where all waiting and sabi now for take over the country, take over all institutions. Now the institutions then wait for serve the people them. They don't weaponize them. And the very institutions they wait for use for serve the people them. That then they use for bash the people them now. Police is not there to serve. Because with the hearing, police they talk for say they are there to serve the government of the day. No, you are not there to serve the government. You are there to serve the people of Sierra Leone, of which the government are also part of the people of Sierra Leone. And the position where they hold, now one way, now a privilege, and I would give them the privilege. Now we the very people the way they abuse. Because section 2 of the constitution, it says sovereignty belongs to the people. And from the very people there, when they derive on authority. We will give the authority. Now we will they can't bully, now they can't come back. That is senseless, that is unproductive, and that is totally unacceptable. Sierra Leone, it belongs to all of us. They put on it temporarily for now function within certain perimeters. We don't abandon all the perimeters there, especially the one that within the chapter 3 of the Constitution, the Human Rights Declaration, right to life, right to conscience, and for express yourself. The right for where you hold somebody, he get right. If not Muslim, if you allow him for pray. You know they arrest somebody, you take a religious rights from him. No. These are all things them where we country get signature. They ratify an Sierra Leone. But we country, the rules the way we for follow, we don't abandon them. But again, we the people, and what will they do when that's they happen? When now we give them the privilege, we should take the privilege back. Mr. CEO, sir, as you did now, since we not agree for take the privilege in the hand, do you educate me self na we sit down na and the rest of with brethren na Sierra Leone say we all get moral obligation for team up for what is right. Because if we not team up for what is right, we go fall for anything. Now that make we sit down, political scavenger them, political lagba, political macru, political crocro them, political misfits them. Then at the country, they bash with people them, they misuse them. They don't disharmonize the one whole country in the border. What thing that you take, but then thing that where I put before. So maybe you go say, I am a bit, rough. But look at how they treat we. Talk to we, sir, please. We're not hearing you, sir.
So I can understand the emotion, and the emotion is actually raw, and it's raw for a reason. But what I will also say is, as per my observation, as a political and social scientist, I go say the people away with the address, it's like way they don't become immune or try for pretend as if they're immune. Yes, then they are. But if we not take constructive action, that's why my views then resonate with the last two speakers them very strongly in almost every aspect of what they say, because constructive action has to be taken. We will make them feel Amusa than they feel most. Yeah. So then we'll begin for listen and take action. Other than that, it's the abuse of power. That's what we're facing, in which the regime has become very, very repressive towards its own citizens, in which they don't hijack all the annals of power. So everything they under the control of just a handful of people. You can count them with your one finger, and that will be the office of the president and few other people them around parliament and you name it. But all they come up from State House. That's why State House look like Kukri Bafa. So instead of a democracy, in which I
like that.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I borrow you time, Baba. Because now they meet in the morning, now they make decision, and then it filter out instead of having these organizations, various organs of government for perform the task. So every institution has been hijacked. That's just the fact, including the press. Okay? So when you see the president can pity the press, now because you want to let them put out there, waiting you want to let them talk for you.
Their own narratives, yeah.
So you're no longer having a critical mind. The one or two critical mind journalists, them, reporters, them, broadcasters, them, where we get, they either don't sideline them, don't intimidate them, don't threaten them. And some have even died. And the irony of all this is, let's be honest, okay? It's this government, probably, I go there for say, maybe then decide for put lipstick on the pig, but the pig still remain a pig. Then reverse the draconian law, that 1965 Public Order Act, where they actually, they penalize, they victimize, and absolutely they in abject abuse of journalists, them rights, people and rights, basically. So where government no like something where you say, I mean, they can draw on the law with themselves right. We pass now a very parliament for the people, because you get opposition, so you don't but they allow such laws for pass. They say they reverse that law and put something into place, IMC. Okay? This now and they use for go against, and when they put them out, when they pass them in the parliament, a lot of us, including myself and including yourself, Chernobyl, most public speakers them at the time, we get two cell brain, see through the act and say, listen, this is just another political, gymnastic. Now they can perform per we. So then get rid of that. In fact, the one where they introduced a more draconian, it looks more draconian. Yeah. But it take a mind, to see it, because then dress and fine and put dressing around them. Just like where you lipstick the pig pass mark, and put makeup, mascara and things like that.
It go still go inside poto.
Absolutely, a pig is still a pig, and this is exactly waiting with the seed. But then to add to this other few points, Mr. Imran, is the government, like I say, don't become very, very repressive, but not only on its own. They get people away. Actually, they collude with them, for carry out this repression against its own people in clear violation of the 1991 Constitution, especially within the remit. What will they talk about? So there are constitutional guarantees for we the people, in terms of our expression, the right to express. I know earlier on I've been watch you where you talk about all of that. Then you put a bit of a humor inside the talk by saying, of course, you get the right for express, but after the expression, you don't get
freedom, no guarantee.
You don't get right again, yeah. But on a more serious note, we get the right for exercise these rights. Now, constitutional guarantee, the right to assemble, the right to express, the right to free think.
Hey, brother, it go further than that. Now, inalienable rights. Now, rights that were not negotiable.
Absolutely.
You can't touch them. The rights to life, the right to movement, the right to free speech and conscience.
Yes,
they are not negotiable.
Yes, just for add to that, I absolutely agree. But I will equally say they obviously come with responsibilities. So yes, I get a right for express, but I get responsibility. I can't go outside and allow fire with no fire no day and create mayhem. That's what I'm trying to say.
Chaos.
Even though this is not the case.
That is public disorder behavior.
Yeah. So you see. But then cleverly can intervene in the issue there, in which then they define the rules in a vague form and they become applicable, ductile, and malleable the way they want for use them, especially people and where they seem as dangerous, which brings me to the point of this little girl called Edwina. All Edwina has done is to express her right, and this is shameful. I mean, any government of some decency, some iota of decency, go take action in the public's interest. Because the public get interest in this case, even though, like when I say again, rightfully so, the public not really they rally publicly in a case where clearly they in their favor, because like Dr. Babi say, when it rain, and not only the rain a one man domot, rain every a one man domot. So today, now Edwina Jamiru and his family, tomorrow is going to be somebody else. But because she not been come to the rescue and show solidarity with Edwina in Fambulem, then obviously they in turn will not be doing the same to you. So exactly, government now in the middle, they enjoy this distinction in terms of the disorientation, disorganization, lack of support, moral clarity, and you name it. This is how they thrive. So they either do and through disinformation, where then they do a lot, and when it doesn't work, then physically they intervene through immoral acts, threats, jail terms, and what have you. So can you imagine somebody express, the inalienable right? And there's nothing wrong with that. A judge is sitting on the bench, a judge that sentences people to jail terms. And then that judge is immorally fit for that office.
And not only they do that, they teach law at the university.
So one has to think about what kind of law way actually they teach. Hence why we they see people that have been channeling through the program, them, when they graduate and come, eventually go into this different thing there. They've just corrupted their minds and just they can't continue with within George Momo Stevens, they go teach them. How immoral an act can this be? What do we country don't come to, me brother? I'm old enough, I'm not a boomer per se, because I'm old enough to remember when there was decency, respect, for law and order, constitutional authority in our country. Yes, I see a way deteriorate because this is the argument with me and some people can get. But we therefore also remember that we went to war. We went to a civil war because of these things.
Exactly, I agree with you. We had to withdraw the line.
We compatriots so that we can write a new slate on a new canvas, which usher in the Second Republic. It was nonsense that we are in, and we tolerate this and we go and argue between ourselves. Simply because we get Lily and nothing. Some of we live abroad and we think, say, we not get home that we get for return to. Or our children will not be interested in something called home. Look like waiting to happen at the West now. Donald Trump come up, they put ice in their teeth, they raid people and left, right, and center. They take with people and send them to different countries. They can't even come home because there's nothing here that will be left if this continue. There has to be some sense of justice. But let me just keep them back quickly because I have to leave you, Imran.
No, before you left me, you say something where resonates with me because say the Bafa we there because what everybody understand. You talk say the government's not immune. And I just want to let me people and not say when they talk say somebody immune. Now like where with man can use this idiom say the tree what's on a dog's back. When I say somebody don't immune, it's like where tree what's on a dog's back. The dogs not they soak because dogs get oil gland when they make what's on they go through feather. So now we the people them since then where we know say they get feather and a dogs there. Let we pull the feather panel, let we put in our water. We root all the feather. So we go make sure say the water touch them back. We not go just left them for let them they do what they do. And before you they go, my brother, then people there, now people then put them outside and they. Now then give them, now people them, now we the citizens, now we give them the privilege. And then people there, what they do, not so free, then they pay them. Then they pay them. Now walk, then they walk. And when they walk, you decide.
I agree with you. Sorry again for budging because we're just going over, we're just re-looping. You are absolutely right, and people know this. And now I can want to move towards solution where you can lament over and rightfully so. Because yes, you impart knowledge into people for hope say that will churn something inside them for wake up and come together.
Yeah.
Because I've heard you many a times, you say these things, and I absolutely agree with you. How do we galvanize people? How do we move people? How do we mobilize people? How do we give people a sense of being, a sense of consciousness through civic education for understand that this is your country, this is the only country that you have. You don't get for hail people and wear and teeth because that teeth with and teeth, it affect a whole lot of the society or community, if not the entire country. So you don't have to allow them simply because you get crumbs where they fall off the table. Because this is what it has become to. That you get people, here in higher places in government where they bribe with people every day and night, just for their own side. So this thing where we talk even, yes, you can get your opinion not make them right because it has to be justified. But what would they say so? We have receipts for them. It's happening in real time. What we talk about. It's happening in real time.
Right before we are go one.
one,
Yes.
giant one with the see and with the feel.
Yeah.
Yet still we go come and can't abuse people, and when they talk about this side of justice, social justice for we people, and the constitution is being abused. The constitution will provide some sense of security for we as a people. Habeas corpus, we rights, is being trampled upon, it's been abused on a daily basis. Yet we can't understand why we people are not to show solidarity towards such a movement that sooner or later, if you don't take action, the same thing will just continue as it continue. We need to come together as a people, because all the attributes of a police state, and I repeat, all the attributes of a police state, that's what we are seeing on a daily basis on all now we eye. People are really opposed to with you. They can want conflate issues either deliberately and sometimes out of sheer ignorance. Because you get people that were clever enough. They notice that waiting to happen, it's just not right. The Constitution is written in clear black and white. And if it's been abused, if the rights of people have been abused, even though they get constitutional guarantee of these rights, then how can somebody who is lamenting that be wrong? And what can be done, for right these wrongs? What? Politicians can continue for play with on both sides, all sides.
Yeah.
I
agree with you entirely.
Yeah.
Totally.
So this need for stop.
Totality.
The police state is on the march. It's characterized by extensive surveillance.
Well, we don't develop we own Sierra Leone Gestapo.
Yes, exactly, Imran. We own Sierra Leone Gestapo, and this na good borrowing. Where people are for begin use is a Sierra Leonean kind of Gestapo. It's a police state. Because police is arresting, then they arrest people for apparently something. Yes, the police, you've got a duty, of care, a duty of sense, a duty of serving, not even a force. I think one time there was a conflation in terms of the name, and then we changed them from force to serve, because you are the people's police, to government police. You they help government for police the state against bad people in the field. You're not there to serve the government against the people, but for the people. That's what it is.
And in every country, the culture is Sierra Leone are the people's friends. Because we are there for prevent crime, we are there for protect the people them, and for protect the people them, you need the people in confidence.
Absolutely. And just for add to that, which is absolutely right, that's why every election period, and this is something that you like saying, which is again absolutely correct, power is vested in the people.
Yes.
Power now borrowed, and they borrow them to the people, and we can ask the people then consent.
Yes.
So now that makes them they come with a list of things. Sometimes we call a manifesto. Say if we not lend with this power over this period, this we go do for una. And based on who that make a more persuasive case, then the people can give the consent. Say, okay, we give this mandate for 5 years. But no sooner is this mandate given to these leeches, these blood suckers,
scavengers, political
then turn around on the same people they don't deliver, waiting and promise for deliver, where they do some cosmetic surgery some side, then take them and heal them. But the people are equally complicit in some of this nonsense.
Bless you.
It took me some 7 or 8 years doing this stuff, and I'll be really not let for the call the people out on this thing. For blame them because I see them as a victim. But if you continue to victimize yourself and they get up and stand up for your rights and speak truth to power, even though the suppression, they say, how many guns do they have? How many people haven't they killed? But every time when they kill 2, the other 10, retreat. And after a period of time, they come again and kill 3. So it doesn't work that way. It needs mass mobilization.
And how cut you what? We get moral obligation for team up against them things they are.
Absolutely. In Apaki, add civic responsibility. That's what we were taught, and it's still there.
Section 13 of the Constitution says so.
Yeah, basic things in life. If you say election not go for you the right way, not the way how you vote, just like how they say, the election results did not reflect the will of the people. These people need to mobilize and go demand. You don't ask for what you own. You take
and when you demand, the government should supply.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But the government, obviously, because now power will try you, then go intimidate you in some to some extent. They will kill people for power, of course, and we've seen it. This is an altruism. They
And
will kill
they
people.
watch.
But if
We see
people
they
continue
watch.
to persist because they believe in the right, because in the end, good will always prevail over evil. That's why we persist, and power does not come easy. It doesn't come. The democracy what they talk about, even though they can say now ballot and box, people die for it. They die. Okay, change of power not yet take place easily. So many people, which I'll continue for say is we are currently not even moving into a police state. A police state is one that is repressive. It's one that won't entertain the views that are contrary to what they are saying. You know that the one put everybody for full line, waiting and say no more than say jump. You
see how high? How high?
Yeah. How high, sir? How high, madam? And that is what it is. Now we get people and they come out like the first lady, for example, they come out. Let me talk on this a little bit because there are many programs.
Please.
Yeah, Imran, get many programs the way they come where we will just come lament about we country in plight, and let the raw emotion, inside we just flow. Me and Imran, we do have heated arguments in the background and disagreements, but we disagree for agree. But the common denominator there, I believe, is we both love our country passionately.
Totality.
That's why we disagree. And in the end, we do see eye to eye. So we get a first lady whereby in own admission, there are videotapes. The videotape doesn't lie. The woman say, I was brought to this country when I was 3 years old. And yet you get Sierra Leoneans who are telling us otherwise. This is not the height of stupidity.
From the horse's own mouth.
Yeah, from the horse in your mouth. This is not the height of ignorance, the highest form of ignorance. The tape is there, the player. And then you say in
not stop them, my brother. Because the two things when they mix were very dangerous. Ignorance and arrogance.
Yes.
Because that is arrogance too.
Yes.
And for mix both ignorance and arrogance together, it's very dangerous.
It's a toxic, it's a flammable material. It's a weapon of mass destruction.
Yes.
It's a WMD. I absolutely agree with you. And these are some of the things that we're saying in our country. And I'm thinking, how come when I asked the question profoundly earlier, what our country and we country people they don't come to? What is it?
Honestly,
the woman said, I was brought here when I was 3 years. Now, the same woman, they try for provoke a situation as if you want run or you don't want run, and they get endorsement, they test the one. But you can see the desperation in her. She's a narcissist, of course. So she
but also, I'm glad what you said today. For the first time, I hear you put the shoes now the public then foot too. Yes, the moral obligation.
Because
when this woman come, he said this. What are we going to do about it? Are we just going to sit there?
Exactly.
And pretend
and sleepwalk we into the
it's okay?
Because they can test the water, such as what they do, for see people a reaction. And can you imagine? They have been doing this for the last 7 years. They will kind of say something and then watch, how they wrap whip on the brain just like falafel and put all the stuff inside and send we don't go macolum. And then it happened, over and over and over, they come and distort stories such as what I just said, which is obvious. There are videotapes to that effect. I have had this conversation with people, and then it's like, we're not jealous, the human.
Well, one of the reasons, I not cut you word, one of the reasons we make with day now this state, now because the country don't become so transactional. Everything is for sale.
Yes.
Sierra Leoneans are so transactional. They so don't be transactional to an extent. They're not able to see the difference between what is right and what is wrong. They just jumble everything in one place. If it suits them, you give them the price.
Yes. They're ready to roll with you.
They're ready to go with it.
You see, this now a society we don't lost in very social, moral, sort of fabric foundation. This is the problem, where you will kill for little or nothing, where you not mind for step over another Sierra Leonean, forget, to some side, not to anything moral or better, you really, really better do. Just that little thing. This is a decadent society, rotting to the core. We need
that point. That point where you bring this now, before you go. I just want to bring something come na the rights na the center, because a very important point you bring. So people and they see something wrong, something we're not constitutional. The horse CSSF open him mouth, he spit them out, and you talk something else also important. The man say no rule. That means say this world is for nothing world. Nothing is for nothing in this world. And say people when sorry, people sorry, people mirror to tooth. That means to say, Timniman say nothing in this world for nothing. Anything in this world, tell a cough. When you cough, if you not pitch, you swell as something. That means to say, for you to achieve anything, you get to do something to get something. Nothing is for free. Look at where with the Yeri SLPP people like can come. Hey, mother be on a nice man, to ain't get problem. Now he wife, now the poorly party. But let me give you this analogy. Me na landlord, arrange give you me house. Then you go sublet the house. Then you host the damage. Who that you feel say the whole responsible? Now the person way sign contracts with me, or the person way then sublet to? Dear, talk to me. Because I did read the hypocrisy, I did read the deliberate fabrication where people in the camp, hey, mother, be not to him. Nah, he wife, nah, the poor SLPP. This wife here, he not get any constitutional role. This wife here, not to him we vote for. This wife here, not to him we give a job, not to him we give we consent. Now, mother be you. So me not rent give you house, you subletter. Do you talk on this issue? Maybe you will get one or two things where you go put, because I don't tire with the hypocrisy. Where man and we're supposed to stand up for what is right. They can't try for rob, massage the truth. Not to mother be on a good man. Now he wife. But he wife not when we give the contract.
So let me give me own 2 cents on them. And many thanks for bringing them up, because it's also another critical issue. And now we talk about the social ills now we society. I mean, me and you, we old enough to understand this psychology. I mean, it's a weird sort of psychology, if you like. We don't get picking away with all men. We don't get picking away we born for we serve. And we know we think in play, because politics they also even at bedroom.
Yeah, even at the home. Yeah, even at the home. Yeah.
So you and your wife, una can get all the one they play, one soft, one hard, one you say so. This one, una can make plans as well.
I like the hard part.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. So, Mr. Ture, the same is true of Mother Bio and Web. These are couples. They live under one roof, they sleep on the same bed. So they talk, they discuss, they strategize, and they are running a nation. So not on a net can no more than go sleep or then do what they're supposed to. No, they talk for hours, they plan. So everything when the woman do, the man is fully aware.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I will say 99.99999% of all what that woman they do, the man is aware. There is no way Fatima get in way. She's a strong character. We know that. But the man plays the softer role. Of course, he's not a talkaholic. They talk. He probably get light autism. But he's a thinker. He's strategic. As far as I know Sabian well. But from the public action them, and there's a history of him, the coup, head of state for 3 months, and all this time in the wilderness, went back, here to lead the nation. So you get for Guyana, kind of respect there. But yes, Fatima is not the one that was voted into office. And yet, and inside the constitution of Sierra Leone, there is nothing about an office of a first lady. Chernobyl exposed this a number of years ago, even though it been in the public domain at the time, but few people not being careful go read and see what this is. So they begin channel funds, if you can remember, into the so-called office of First Lady, as if it was deserving. No, it wasn't, because constitutionally it was wrong. It was wrong. Not because yes, you get, let me say, a moral duty. So therefore, you broke the law for Gia and Kopo, where Kopo not supposed to go there. And what do we see? Now, one of the few first transgression and abuse of constitutional authority.
Exactly. God bless you, sir.
Thank you. A lot of us overlook them. And the woman at the time was ignorant as well. This not something we know, but he argued publicly. He feel say he deserve him as the office of first lady in inverted commas.
But talk and this there. Me man, me man at the and Musa at the front, I mean at the back. Now
yes.
They walk. You cannot take one, you left one.
So at this point in time, they do something where American man and called double down. In no imposition, in no situation. And that's exactly what they try for exemplify now because she can't do the other way. So now in Iman they into this tiggy one. But at the time there was a degree of ignorance and innocence and and then it begin to demonstrate all the action and they say you need furniture in your office. Yeah, you need furniture in your office and this and that's where the government has to pay for it and then violate the finance bill and this and that. And what the man come and say, a man back them up. Well, if the woman they perform now and they get for do this, do that. When to let the woman pull money, they put her in the pocket and pull money here. And when begin generate money, they raise money, they call meeting them underhands our girls and what have you, which now be another corrupt. But
that is where the public then become complicit and then participate because we kept quiet.
Yeah,
the opposition kept quiet. The people kept quiet.
Not only quiet. The president doubled down on INWEF and say INWEF not corrupt. It go on 98.1. I still get that clip in my archive. I think that this girl when ambassador, one of the embassy staff then at Belgium now, Asma James from 98.1 been do that interview day where the president say INWEF not corrupt. And remember, at that time, they put APC under so much pressure. That was the blackmailing tactic where they come with this white paper, corruption and this and that. No, that was a political tool. It was political witch hunt. But it resonated with the people because you talk about corruption and APC thief. So therefore, it is true that APC had to be subjected to some legal issues them for either retrieve these monies or penalize them, etc. But not all that they do. They decide for use them simply as a political tool for keep APC at bay while they continue for loot the treasure. A couple of years down the line, they fired an entire auditor general only because they did not want it to be, under the auditing microscope of the woman.
That is a mega violation.
What a shame. And then we continue for justify the looting of state coffers. Sierra Leoneans, they will feel the poverty. Maybe you get something to do, but the vast majority
and the opposition were complicit. They were complicit. They were
complicit in this desperation of poverty that we find ourselves. Woman and they broke stone. We sister them, we queen them. They broke stone while the 6-month-old picking, 2-year-old picking. Not in a nursery, a day with all the dust and the sickness and no better hospital, and we continue for Madam Bio. Come on now. I mean, why can't you be Sierra Leonean first? That's all you need to do. Just be Sierra Leonean first, and you understand the plight that you need for show solidarity, which you comping them. Election can they rig them. They rig Jagan one and not follow the procedure. Yet it became a national argument as if it was righteous.
My brother, what do you talk so? If somebody they give medal for the highest office, I will give it to you. Because now this way you talk so, now in damage with country, this linguistic tribalism and political party tribalism. Anything will happen, APC will do. So we say SLPP do. Oh, SLPP don't do. APC
I not cut you off. I not cut you off. Earlier on, I talked something about the weird psychology and projection and ignorance and innocence where you talk about where you put them two compound and they together, how dangerous it can be. So you get the one that we can do one deliberately because now projection and then they do just for divert your attention because they know you cannot remove a government from power on the basis of which you remove them from power where you ask the people, let's say, una give me una consent because then when they are, then thief pass akata, this, that. The way you thief past them, and then you get people they can't just but APC do this. Also, that's not one
exactly. It's just painful.
I mean, which kind of painful, pathetic. I hear that all the time. It's like they will tell you about Sheikh Steven. Oh, now APC na in the country. But let's admit, yes, but we went to a civil war. We destroyed the country. We killed tens of thousands of ourselves just for usher in a new republic.
And then Sheikh Stevens, when they say na Limba, we're not to Limba. He come, he purged the educated class in the north from Tonkolili, where we all sat back and watched and did nothing. You know?
Amen.
You know what
Finally,
say to people?
I have to leave you. I have to go, brother.
Well, before you go, let me say this to you before you go.
Yeah.
We country don't turn to crucifixion. The people like the Jesus Christ. You know, say the crucifixion. On the right-hand side, native man. On the left-hand side, native man. Then Jesus Christ in the middle. This is the states within Sierra Leone. We the people, we are Jesus Christ. We are helpless. Jesus, they dip and die. Then you get one thief man on APC. You get other thief man on SLPP at the right. Then they're all two that the same. You turn left, native man. Turn right, native man. So who for the brother let me let you go. They don't know.
Yeah. So I leave Pambule with these words. I mean,
yeah.
The future of we country, it rests in our hand, not to the hands of politicians. Remember, governments come and go, but the people remain. We will forever be there. But this looting lot, will always come and go. By now, we've only wise up, for knowing righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
It don't have to be like 100% because you can't find it. Because even at the time when Jesus Christ walked the face of this earth, there were still very, very unrighteous individuals.
Mm-hmm.
So they're there up to this day. Mm-hmm. But we cannot see unrighteousness and not able to call them out. Like I say, the state is becoming repressive. The more desperate they become for power, or when they begin to see actions where begin to look like say they are going to lose power, they're going to double down. And sometimes they become so repressive because when they use them propagandistic tactic them and then they work any longer because, I mean, you can continue to feed the people last stuff. Maybe one day the people and say, go say, but yeah, but big now, they do so. Then they go resort to other things. Then there are many mechanisms then where they can apply. Mm-hmm. But government structure not supposed for the performance such. They need for the decency and respect for the masses of people where they give this power. But in we country, we know that there's no respect as such. Mm-hmm. And I say this with confidence because the pronouncement where government officials and they make, then they lie without remorse. No penitence at all. No atonement at all. They look at people and right in the face and tell them lies. Look, this boy way then at the media house, then at State House, Mike Dera. Sometimes I don't like mentioning names, but this guy there in an official capacity, so I will call him out. It can't just bring them there and full post them. When actually
the Minister of Information
and what have you, which shows no respect and nobody can pull them back. Like say the office of the president, because the president is busy doing things, for pull and back, say, but Mike, then they too smart now, it's too extreme. I mean, what is it for you for write something which is measured, tapered, makes sense, and at least people can go catch their head, but then go say, oh, I'll give a chance.
They're only
no, in this case. Now, lies upon lies upon
they're
lies.
only stitty, but they're not all Kadiru Kaikai. Wait on say if
so civil liberties are eroding, citizens cannot continue to be vocal. There is massive arbitrary arrest, like in the case of Edwina Jamiru, with they're saying they don't know the complainant or the complainant. But if you don't get complainants, yes, you don't get case. Complain anonymously, you investigate. Why are you still holding her? On which basis? But like I say again, yes, a need for end, and we'll be talk about solution. So, and this is my final word. What do we need for do? Now for organize more. Now for understand the levels of power. Now for understand something we then call lobbying. Because that's what this government does. Internally, they suppress the people and continue to suppress voices that will speak out against intimidation, arbitrary arrest, corruption, and you name it. All the evil vices, because they are in control. The press we're supposed to speak about that have become, they don't coerce them. Now they are part of the cabal because every year at some point, president will give them 1 billion. And sometimes
they mondo them panikondo.
Yes, you go get your jollof rice and you want for food, you know. And if you want for another they happen, then you get for
stay faithful. You get for stay faithful, loyal.
So that's what's happening. So they've been bought out. So nobody actually, the reason why they call them the fourth estate is no longer relevant because you got 3 annals of government, the judiciary, the executive, and the legislative. Okay? These are the 3 arms of government that functions as a government. In this case, you get a fourth estate, that are the press, journalistic, what have you. Their business or duty is to hold government or power to account. When they no longer perform that duty as the fourth estate, they've lost all relevance. And this is the situation. So the government now only interested in lobbying outside. So you go here in news magazines, them, here from America, or some funny, or some funny websites where one day you bought a magazine.
So organization,
they will then infuse this thing as if they don't take we as a fool. But on top of that, they also get relevant places that are Western capital, England and America, in which they use lobby group, because members say them country and they get lobby group, then where you come. If you give them waiting and they ask for, they're able to put your name through, or some things that way they drew through to some organization, or make you for don't even with Bill Gates or Elon Musk, or talk about Starlink and things like that. So this is what they are interested in. So they are spending tons of money, massive tons of money on them.
For develop the country,
yes, sir.
Create opportunities for the youth.
So they will continue for staying in power. Now then roads, then they now we need for fend. That's how we need for organize.
I agree with you. We need for block all the roads. For block them.
Yes, proposals and writers. Even if we not block them, let's just do counter lobbying and expose them for what they are. Let's write. And we who's how we they come up from. Now the truth now we talk about, because we got the receipts. We can show poverty scale in the country. We can, because we can see a jaga with your eyes. We can look at the stats, the way that they produce the week, and just turn upside down and see how fake it is, and provide a counter stat, with all the relevant receipts, and go to these organizations and present them. Knock at some doors. They will open up for us as a unit, not as individuals. And we need to forget about ego and put country first. Famulem, Nami come like Imran can say, Nami de go. I thank you, Imran, for giving me the opportunity on your great show, The Buffer, which is doing quite well. And Fambulem, we get many things then for talk about going into the future. We are here to stay. They can pretend like say social media, they can want to dismiss some of but social media is so relevant, even more than the mainstream media platforms. Now I make mainstream media platforms, the BBC. Of course, we not they compare ourselves to them, but we do have a voice there. We got a foothold in the domot. And we're not removing our toes. You can squeeze them, because we're trying to find our way to go in there to see what's behind that door. So we're not continue for support, we're not continue for watch, we're not continue for listen, and we're not also continue for participatory democracy, hold power to account, ask the inconvenient questions, left the label. You can be a diner at the table, nor a server or servant at the table. Thank you very much, Imran. Thank you, Fambulem.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much, my brother.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Fambulem, well, every good thing must come to an end. We don't come, we don't talk. We don't advise, we don't encourage, we don't tell una. But things them, we most of una already know. But just like waiting Mr. Groma say, not to waiting we say now how we organize ourselves. For let we meet with purpose. What's not the purpose? For let we try for design something we uniquely Sierra Leone, and we meet the criteria we suit with the many and not the chosen few, not the bourgeois, not the bomber them, not the pestilence them. That is the pest. Them way they harass we people them and we country. We have to deal with them people there. We get them scavenger there. We get them pest there. And if we get we country, we left under the hands of pests. You know, see if pests not they're unwanted. Nobody no give them rights. Now they can take them for themselves. And when they take them, then they deprive the majority of the people of them fundamental rights, the inalienable rights. So we need to fumigate them. We need to rid of them. Remember, we don't hate them. If we hate them, we not give them the privilege we give them for make them preside over we, for make them take charge over we. But we not put them there for make them abuse we. We give them the I will just spoon for let them shape. Shape, they're not the shape. Anytime we can get her with we own pan there, then they bring buckets can and full up them buckets and can go to the house. We they turn back. Even the comes will not get her. The Abuja, what would they go for? And the condo, where they do for everybody. But now very few people them, they get mondo from the condo. While majority of the people them, they languish with malnutrition. Thereby, they all the contract kwashioko. While the fat cats them, they enjoy themselves and then they suffer from obesity. Where would they get so food, then they get gout. Everything we then get, then at the one at the opulent scale. It's about time where we the people them get for draw a line. Say from now on, we country for change the way we operate. We don't want upline again. We don't want Mendy line again. We don't want Timney line again. We don't want Soso line again. We don't want Madingo line anymore. We don't want Creole line anymore. Now, what we want, now one line, what we call the Sierra Leone line, where every Sierra Leonean could come day behind. Edwina, now a Sierra Leonean, young, promising lady, we determined for succeed, and he refused to make anybody trample upon them. That is the crime she has committed. Because you get a majority, where they call themselves the chosen few, then say girls, women should be seen and not heard. And this young, courageous lady don't say, that is as old as ancient of days. We are not going to tolerate it any longer. That a society we suppose for be a constitutional democracy. We forget a society where everybody is relevant. Now, only Sierra Leone, you hear politician where somebody ask a question, they talk with boldness and not the answer, and not they make it relevant. But that is exactly your job description, to make the Sierra Leonean people them relevant. If you don't make them relevant, then you are irrelevant. And if you are irrelevant, step down. But we, the Sierra Leonean people, that would fall short for ask them for step down. And at this, Edwina say, SLPP, with all the failures, with all the bad governance, with all the virus them where they don't bring calm, for can make institutions then fail. All the institutions they don't hemorrhage. They don't hemorrhage. They only bleed. None of them are working. Why? Because they bring people that we get political lagba into them institutions there. Then bring people that we get political krokro at the institutions there. Then bring people that we get political macru at the institutions there. People that we get political viruses and people that we get political facing cloth to them. That is fungal disease inside the political system. Now we get a whole body where all the institutions they are supposed to be organs, where they all get designated roles. They all don't fill in their roles. Now the system is no longer working. So the TT say, since all the organs them we form this SLPP system don't feel, how dare una get the audacity, get the arrogance, get the guts for country before we say we for vote on again 2028. They say una incompetent, una useless, and una for take una gutter politics down, house them, and not even attempt for can ask we for vote. And if they ask, they ask, make nobody not vote for them. This is the crime she is committed. Now then gutter go lock up. They say then defend for then they look for the person we can't complain. I don't want to read this in my life. And me, you didn't know the person we can't complain. Now the person we infringe, we break the law, now them for look for, now they hide, now they supposed to hide. But in Sierra Leone now,
moving to Sierra
then they
Leone.
always
My
hold.
dad worked with a diplomatic mission, so he's been shoved around the world. He's gone to Sierra Leone, Liberia, Angola, so he goes around. Sierra Leone for us in our own time was our home. We went to Sierra Leone, and my mom, myself, and my immediate family, and my dad, we went to Sierra Leone because he was working there, and he loves diamond. Any country that you have diamonds, he actually goes there because I think he's a diamond.
You know, Sierra Leone, we enjoy lies. I don't talk this over and over. We like lies. We embrace lies and we reject the truth. It's when the girl talk, say, "E papa na diamond free. You papa na mercy man, na mori man." You know, sabi diamond. Pass if you use them for Lugron. The team up, they say, how you papa na this and that. And you say, na kauna kana Sierra Leone. You kana Sierra Leone where you all three. Now you can't talk for say you na presidential material. And people they know, they see. But yet, we they don't take team well. Because one thing what we good at, we they embrace and support what is wrong. We they embrace and support lies, and we they reject the truth. Now that's make always we they in the back foot. It's about time now. Sierra Leoneans them take their responsibility, their moral obligations and responsibility seriously. Now for tell the tenant, say the woman where you sublet to, not even rent or ski. If that woman they not they meet the basic fundamental rules them what we put for tenants them, then you have to hand over our keys. As I say yesterday and on Monday, I say we expectation sometimes it's really crooked. We go put Wrangler in State House. We call him president. Then we expect him for let him present to a lady. No. Birds of the same feathers flock together. If we put Wrangler man in State House, now Wrangler woman in the bring candy. You don't get Yuba, you expect her for let it come party with PG. No, now company you buy the car with. A scavenger works with scavenger. And even if they're not for them inside the same specification, it go find another scavenger. So if you buy the worker, you go worker with hyena. But you not go worker with dove. You not go worker with pigeon. They're not dealing at the same classification. If mother be a rare boy, it could bring rare girl. If mother be a gentleman, it could bring a lady. But unfortunately, he's neither a gentleman nor a nobleman. So it could bring a ladette, a rare girl with him. And that is the reality. So what would he complain for? If this man no meet criteria, how we left for the be hypocrites for kind of public and not a matter of you know the problem I wealth, but now that bring the wealth. Who's how we constitution give the woman mandate? Now matter be you get the mandate. If matter be you not perform, now the leader now for take the buck, now for take the whip, now for take the responsibility, and now him we get for whole comparable because now we get key to a house. If the horse they broke, the horse they dirty, the horse they been trashed to being a slum or hog pen. Hey, my friend, give me back my key. Then you can get her, you Ladette, you Sanjago, you Bank, you Lao, una fen una road. But Sierra Leoneans, we are so full of hypocrisy. Every time we come, I really try na wife na any well. But now that give a wife job. If you married, ordinary married, simple vows, then say, do you take this man to be your husband? He say, I am. Simple instructions, you know, able to take him, you know, they follow him. And two things they want to mix any side. Arrogance and ignorance. When you mix them, a weapon of mass destruction. A WMD. And at this we get that we country get too many big man them when a white cack them. Now we get a young Titi, we dynamic, we eloquent, we get courage, we get valor. He don't decide say, irregardless, all the difficulties we surround the situation, she's going to fight. She enjoys talking and she's not going to be quiet. And she is going to make sure Ipuelen career. This wonderful career where they can try for campaigns like for say a decent in the Puela. Before we thank them, we can join the very criminal them with lagba, with crocro, with leprosy for continue for suffocate we. When we go get people them at the political class, when we go get citizens them, we go be bold enough like this young, dynamic lady called Edwina Jamiru for to map and fight for what and believe in. Timmy say muno kalkeiki muno mongeir. That means to say Uda roast monkey na monkey they show it. Why would they continue for roast monkey? What will not say they can't show it? Why will not go stop for roast monkey? Rather we roast goats. We get for change the way we look at things. We get for change the way we behave. We get for change we attitudes. And we get for begin the team up for what is right. Fetch for what is right. Rather than we support who we like, which party will they support, who that the Giwi, Lily and Nati, who that the bribe we. Those are the people we stand for. But we don't stand for what is right anymore in Sierra Leone. And that is really weird. So we should all put our hands and say bravo to Edwina. And they ask the police, make them release that Titi immediately, let go to Ipikin. And by right, because when I don't make a blatant mockery of the serious position where the police hold, the police should be apologizing to the Pekin and the population, because this is not giving people the confidence where they need forget in the police force where they protect them. Because as I can say to people, you know, go left you for the coop, na foxy and for make it a watcher, because we know within fox they do chicken. Sierra Leone, we fall coop. Now we go take fox, then who they call salon police. We need for purge the police. Police now one of the institutions then way not they meet criteria, full of maggots. And the judges them, the courts, is full of hyenas. Mr. Stevens na hyena, na a predator. They don't misuse the Pekin. Young Jamiru, Madam Jamiru, they don't misuse her. Now guess what? You know, family to Edwina. I go say that because we're not family, but you Pekin are your blood. DNA don't prove more. Now you Pekin, they make you they suffer. You Pekin, now you they stop, forget breast milk, and breast milk good for the Pekin. Because you don't get the grapes now that you they say sour. You don't try for damage the Pekin before the bath, because you say that then about the Pekin not about the Pekin. Now the baby you want kill, now make you pull him mama for letting not get the protein we need. When the most important protein, that's not the breast milk. When I left that Pekin, do ya? When I left them primitive behavior there. So not here, not today we stop today. Namikam, Nami go. I say tata to una, they God bless una, and compliments of the seasons in advance. And we go there again on Friday, the women's round table. where we get powerful women them, we know they grieve us alone issues. In fact, the chair lady, now we own home Salome Mother Teresa, the woman way they fight for the rights of women and the poor in our country. And they come with other women them, we get that same belief and standing. And we call upon more women them for come before. Now una na the mama then now una give we Bobby. Now una know who side the art way and who side the mona way. And una the carers them with the big una let in a tie una oja. Why we try to get braces and belt for stand against the wickedness where they take place in our country. We're not go left there, vultures there, and then pests there, and then parasites there for reap havoc by we people and make we country continue for fail. I tell you, thank you. Imranti de say tata.
Welcome, oh, welcome, oh. When I come join when I'm Ranti's back. Now the program for the mind, now the program for the people, now the program with the way conscience. The host I'm Ranti, social justice activist, political analyst, political educator, and the man with a stimulate nationalism and political awareness. Now we salon, now yeah we talk complain. We know they cover fire upon grass. We dey fight against corruption, tribalism, nepotism, and every form of injustice.